On Monday, we talked about all the Fed cases, all these rappers are getting Casanova in particular, and it came out that the Feds actually used his social media DMs, his iCloud, and Vlad TV interviews.
I'm not surprised.
Yes. So, again, that's caused a big uproar because, again, we've been saying this, Lord Jamar has been on the forefront of this, talking about, stop going on Vlad TV. But now everybody else is starting to see it as well. You know what I'm saying? Everybody else is starting to go back to interviews like, damn, why did he need to ask that? Or damn. But I don't want to take the onus off these rappers as well either.
Great point. So because they have to, he's not twisting your arm.
Right.
Your ability to want to be famous and be gangster and be notorious lends to that. Absolutely.
Yeah. So what Vlad does, if you pay attention to his social media, even his website, when he's caught up in any type of controversy, he doesn't say anything himself. He lets his old interviews do the talking, or he lets other people do the talking for him. So, prime example, this story, it came up on The Breakfast Club, and now him and Charlamagne are cool again. And Charlamagne was just like, Charlamagne is of that world, that interviewer world.
Yes.
And he's just like, I don't blame Vlad. Nobody's telling these rappers to go up there and say anything illegal, which is very true. But I would go to what Doggie Diamonds tweeted the other day. He said, the reason why nobody gets indicted for my interviews is because I know if you say something to try to be gangster, I'm going to edit it out for you.
I'm going to edit that out. Absolutely. Doggie Diamonds is the best interviews. And I'm not just saying that because I'll be doing an interview with him tomorrow. On the Doggie Diamonds show, look for that. We'll be talking about hip hop in its rawest essence. But because you think he doesn't hear things you say, he does. And because he's got his glasses on, sometimes you think he's drifting. He's not.
Yeah.
He's focused. And like he said, he's not going to put something, because he's a street dude.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's not going to put something in there that can be used against you, even if it's at your own detriment. Like you said it. I got to edit that out, dude. I'm not going to put that out there because it's never been about, and this is to Doggie Diamond's credit, about numbers for Doggie Diamond. You know what I mean? So shout out to Doggie Diamond, but back to the subject at hand. These rappers have to take responsibility. He asks you something, and then he asks you a follow-up question, and a lot of time he's already done. He's a Fed. He's already done. He's got the paperwork on. He's got your paperwork in front of him.
A few people that he's asked a question, and they're just like, how did you know that?
How did you know that? You see what I'm saying? So he does his research, and his whole platform has really been about the exploitation of these amazing stories, because we are amazing people. And we go through things which would traumatize white America. You know what I mean? So when we hear these stories, and we used to log in, because I don't log into him no more. And sometimes I be tempted. I see somebody, I go, but I can't. Because we have to be consistent with what it is that we're doing. So these rappers have to take responsibility instead of getting them, because he showed one interview, what was that, with Soulja Boy. And Soulja Boy will say, clap.
That was a funny one.
And then I took his mask off. I saw who it was. I clapped him again. He was running. Shot. I'm like, yo, dude, like, jeez, are you serious?
Yeah.
So some of these interviews, for the sake of being on the camera, Malcolm X told us these cameras are dangerous. They will be dangerous. And they have been. Look at how many women who are just, as soon as they see the camera, what do? They turn around and they start twerking.
Yeah, so
not all women. I mean, not, but you know what I mean.
Because right now,
shout out Reek Judah, I see you in there.
Gerald Richards, he said that's not real journalism, asking softball questions. So we're not talking about not asking tough questions. We're talking about obviously incriminating incriminating stuff that can get you not because Casanova talked about stabbing people in jail.
Right.
He talked about you get what I'm saying?
Things that you know, there's no limitation.
Right. Rollo talked about, you know, when not Rollo. Rollo, him and what's his name? AR Ab. He talked about like, my plug retired, I became the plug.
And then I just robbed a few people. Yeah, AR Ab said a bunch of things, and that's not necessarily good journalism either. You know, especially when you know that it can put your subject behind bars, unless that's your goal. So I've seen plenty of tough interviews getting to know who that person was before they made these specific decisions in their life. See, I want to know what your upbringing was like. What was your pops like? Was he around? What kind of hardships? What did you see out of your young eyes, which led maybe to you doing some things without getting into the details? And we can still have a great conversation.
Yeah, there's a fine line, and it just boils down to being a skilled interviewer. Like, if that's your job, you should be able to know what questions to ask if you just want to get to know who you're interviewing. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And not...
It's almost like leading the witness.
Yeah, that's exactly what he does.
You're leading the witness.
That's what he does, yeah.
Because that's what he does.
Yeah.
He leads the witness. He already got your paperwork. He already got some snitches in your hood that told him some incriminating things about you, and he's just trying to box you in so that you have to give up those answers, and he can raise his hand. You know what I mean? And he's starting to look more and more nasty to me when I look at his... Well, Europeans are always... He looks grisly. More and more... every time I look at him, like he has an agenda going on. So we all have to take responsibility.
That's true.
So we just can't say it's Vlad, because that's almost like saying the white man is the reason we're in the condition we're in, which has some validity to it.
Yeah.
But there's also you getting up off your ass and doing what you have to do.
Yeah.
So victim consciousness is what we try to stay away from here.
That's why I don't place all the blame on him. But
Right.
it was just further proof, because we've been talking about Vlad's platform for the past like couple months. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So,
And now more and more people are starting to say, well, wow. And again, I told y'all, a Fed's work now is very easy.
Oh,
There are no more field agents. There's no reason to go into the field. You get a cup of coffee, you log on as so-and-so.
like, and again, putting the onus on the rappers. Casanova, apparently he was making actual moves on his Instagram DMs. Like,
Yes.
that's not private stuff. That's
There is no more privacy. I told you guys that. There is no more secrets. You know what I mean? So when you do this, know that there are going to be consequences. You cannot believe that you're moving kilos of cocaine across the country and the government doesn't know.
Yeah.
You out your damn mind. The only one who doesn't know is the government. Like when they're doing their thing, they'll look the other way. But they just build their case. So you could be sauteing for 5 years.
yeah, eating
5 years and say we want to build a big case against so and so. So bam, and then when they hit you and they lay it all out, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very interesting stuff.